Thank you, Heather. Hello, everyone. Hit that thumbs up button.
Young blood made of gold, a mind you can't control. Running wild, can't come down. My head is in the clouds. Gotta keep this feeling, keep on breathing, even if we're slipping away. So I close my eyes and lose myself now. Do it like it's only today. We got a party for a lifetime. No, we ain't stopping for the sunrise. No, we don't care about the bad nights. For a second I can feel like this. Make me feel like this. We got a party for a lifetime. No, we ain't stopping for the sunrise. No, we don't care about the bad nights. For a second I can feel like this. Make me feel like this.
He really does feel it. Hey, Jude, did you text me something? I don't see it. Can you text it again?
I'm on my last straw. I'm broken and I'm woken up. I'm done feeding your lies. I've had enough. I can't run your place in this faulty game. Let's take it slow. Where you go, I go too. And if you hit the bottom, I'm going down with you. Let's take it slow. Who cares where we gotta be? You know you'll have a good time wherever you're with me. Let's take it slow. Ask me how we got here, 'cause you don't know how. You say we're taking on water, yeah, we're sinking now. You're looking all concerned, like we're gonna drown. But we both know how to swim, no worries as we'll fall now. Let's take it slow. Where you go, I go too. And if you hit the bottom, I'm going down with you. Let's take it slow. Who cares where we gotta be? You know you'll have a good time wherever you're with me. Let's take it slow. I drag you out your mind, and there are days I hate you, but baby, you're still mine. And then we have the best times, no matter what we do. And even when we don't, there's nobody I'd rather choose. Let's take it slow. Where you go, I go too. And if you hit the bottom, I'm going down with you. Let's take it slow. Who cares where we gotta be? You know you'll have a good time wherever you're with me. Let's take it slow. Where you go, I go too. And if you hit the bottom, I'm going down with you. Let's take it slow. Who cares where we gotta be? You know you'll have a good time wherever you're with me.
Sorry, guys, 1 second. Well, hello, everyone, and thank you so much for joining me. Really do appreciate your time. Today is September 19th, 2024. It is 11:54 a.m. on the East Coast of the United States. Hello, hello. It's good to see you all. thank you all so much for joining me. I got about 2 hours, uh, that I can do a live. Oh, it's fine. Don't worry about it, Britt. It's okay, it's okay. Um, couple things that I wanna go through related to the Sebastian Rogers case. I know my you know, people, um, ask all the time, "Well, what about the whataboutisms and the what ifs?" The what ifs, right? And I wanted to go through a few things because, I was reading some things in my chat yesterday that I missed, when I had to get off the air about this time yesterday. And oh, let me do these first. Bliss Blessings, thank you so much, my friend, for becoming a pearl. Pearls look amazing on you. I really do appreciate your support. Thank you so much, Jody. Really do appreciate you for becoming a pearl. Pearls look amazing on you. Sweet Catherine, thank you so much for renewing your membership, my friend. Good to see you, my dear Catherine. Nerdy, thank you so much. Yes, please hit that thumbs up button, and I appreciate 5 months of continued support, Nerdy. Thank you so much. Lisa, thank you so much for 6 months. We love you too, Lisa, and really do appreciate your support. Karen, thank you so much. Pearls look amazing on you, and I really do appreciate your support. Can't do it without you guys. So thank you so very much. Very, very much. But I was reading some of my messages and stuff, and uh, they thought that I looked over or uh, glossed over conveniently, uh, didn't speak about something Chris McDonough from the interview room stated. And it was a big deal for um, those that weren't in support of Seth as much as I am rather. And I want to go over that. And it was when Chris was speaking, I believe it was on Court TV, pertaining to um, if the dad was at work, you know, he would have had to have had help of some sort, right? Had to have help of some sort. But Chris also speaks about in that, and I have addressed this in other uh, lives, and that is pertaining to the fact of they didn't either take it in, listen, because I had this in my comments as well. They are watching. You know that they're watching uh, the parents or was watching the parents, especially in the beginning, right? To make their assessment. And what Chris was saying, all they would have to do is watch Seth if, for instance, he was involved in any way, shape, or form. If he had Sebastian hidden out at some person's place. So you would naturally watch their phones. You would naturally watch where they're going. Um, you see, if Sebastian is hidden out someplace, right? Seth would want to see him, right? He would need to give someone financials of some sort, right? And it would be very easy to find that out, in my opinion. Well, it's to speak with him, all of that. Yes, yes. And that is what Chris is talking and is speaking about in one of those interviews. And so there's a couple things that I do want to pull up here. Um, bear with me. He said this on the lab. Sorry, bear with me 1 second. I believe it was at 10 or 11 minutes. I've got the transcript here. Give me 1 second, y'all. I apologize. Stepfather. Okay, here it is. 19. Maybe it's 19 minutes. And I need to give credit to my boy Josh from the lab. Let me put this in the description. Full credit, Josh with the lab. All right. Let me drop this also in chat as well. Okay. Here we go. All right. Let's do this. Let's go to about, I think it's 10 minutes in.
Is fantastic. Fantastic, bud.
Trevor. For those of you that don't know, Chris McDonough from the interview room, make sure you are subbed up to Chris. Homicide, former homicide detective, semi-retired, but still works all over the country on different cases. Also in the Cold Case Foundation, solvability rate was about 90%. He's one of the best, if you ask me.
My man, love him.
He's a good man.
He certainly is. And then Brat became a YouTube channel as well. We're going to talk about the Sebastian Rogers case. Baffles me. It baffles investigators. It baffles people that pay attention to the case. How there can be so much around a case with so little is also baffling.
Okay, sorry.
And I want to tap into your expertise because
they want to go through the house. You want to go through any kind of electronics in today's world. You want to see if the child has a phone, if the child has access to computers, laptops, that kind of stuff. And then, of course, you want to look in every cupboard, under every bed, and just what they call a bolo environment. And that then, you can start figuring out, okay, do we have an Amber situation? Do we have an at-risk child here? Either or, let's get it. You want to lock it down in relationship. Are there, is there access into the house, out of the house from, other entities, etc.?
All right.
Yeah.
Who has access to that house? Right? That's a huge deal right there. Who has access to that house? Who has keys and or codes to that house? Because and this is not from not only my lips, this is from the parents' lips. Nothing had been tampered with or altered, right? So we got Mrs. Foote, Mr. Foote, maybe the Chris's parents and Sebastian. He knows one code. Okay? Remember, nothing at all was altered or tampered. Not my words, their words.
Well, and today I did see a document that was out about Seth, the father of
Listen to
Sebastian,
this.
because
This
some
is it.
people have
Listen.
questioned, was he at work? Wasn't he? You know, and from everything that I understand that he is, and it seems like this document makes it very certain that he was accounted for from the time that Sebastian went missing, and at
Made it that he was very much accounted for.
some point, and I don't know why. Maybe you can tell me. At some point, why does law enforcement not acknowledge that publicly? Would you acknowledge that publicly as the lead on the case?
Well, in full transparency, I've had many conversations with Seth behind the scenes.
Sure.
He has called me. I've called him, but he reached out to me and on behalf of, his searching efforts for his son. And he wanted the Cold Case Foundation to get involved in relationship to, what we could bring to the table. And we talked about those dynamics and I'm a pretty straight shooter and he knows that. I told him, I said, look, you have to figure out why they're not, cutting you loose here. Okay. Because to me, if it was me and I was the case agent, and there is beyond a reasonable doubt proof that Seth was where he said he was, i.e., in the jail, in the county jail, etc., then you have to ask yourself, okay, then what's his motive? And does he have a third person or a second person involved?
Sorry, this is unrelated to this. But Brittany, listen, I've tried to reach out. We tried to do an interview with you before, and you didn't. I wanted to speak with you. So if you want to try it again, let me know. But there.
And helping to get his kid. Okay, for let's use the motive was a custody battle between him and his ex, okay, etc. All right. Well,
Well, this is the thing. If nobody, now we got to think about this. If nobody, like let's say it was a stranger, right? They didn't have access. A stranger didn't have access to, door locks or anything like that, right? Didn't have any of that. So that means if we're talking about a stranger, they would have had to, Sebastian would have had to go to the door. Now, when he goes to the door, someone would have had to have picked him up and carried him, which doesn't sound logical because there's no scent of him going anywhere, right? And there's nothing to suggest other than the 3 o'clock with the car and all of that he could have been taken out other than 6 a.m. with the mother. That is a possibility. The problem with the 3 a.m. video is one person goes back to that house. I wonder if Sebastian even normally answered the door. That's a good question. Well, Lisa, that's one I haven't heard. That's a good question. I would probably say no, I would think, but
Oh,
I don't know.
that means if the boy's on medication,
Listen.
well, you're going to have to take that into consideration. Because if he needs his medication to maintain his mental stability, then Seth would have to pre-plan that to make sure that the young man, if he was taken out of that house by the biological father, had a medical plan in play too. And then from there, he would also have to put into play that he now has to hide him. And he has to hide him from TBI, YouTube, the national media, the FBI, okay, and still show that he was at work that night in a law enforcement facility. Okay. So
I don't want, I've spoken about this before, but I want people to know that let's put it all out there. Let's make sure we understand the whole thing. About what, Chris said in this instance, right? You're going to have to be able, I mean, it's easier. It's okay. It's hard. It's harder, especially a parent, to hide a child alive. And usually whenever a parent or a caregiver is, running with their child, it's because they feel that this is in the best interest of the child, right? That they are being mistreated, wronged in some way, the child, right? So if one of the parents was hiding this special needs, he's got special needs, he does take medication, no, it's not going to it's not life-saving medications, but things happen. People get sick, right? Things can occur, especially whenever you have, had seizures in the past. You've had a lot of health problems. You got this pocket of water thing in your head. Things can happen very quickly. So he would have to have medical care at some point, right? Unless a parent is willing to just say, you're not going to the doctor, even if it was an emergency, like a life or death emergency, which I don't see a parent doing that feels the need to take the child to safety in their eyes because they feel like they're getting them out of harm's way, right? And I'm going to show you, we're going to make a diagram here in just a minute of possibility and probability against people in that house versus Seth. And so you can look at it and see.
if what's the old saying? If it's probable but not is it possible but not probable? That's one of these situations.
He says it there, and I stated this the other day. People say all the time in true crime, oh, it's a possibility. It's a possibility. It's a possibility. And I told you the other day, so is, a pink alien, yeah, coming down and, driving a Martian vehicle of some sort. I don't know, right? Anything is possible, but it's not so much about possibility in crime. And that's what people need to understand. It is about probability. Probability is much more the issues we need to look at than it is possibility. Anything is possible under the sun. Anything. But probability is what the odds favor one way or another to turn out to be. Right? If I give you, right, if I say, if you're going to gamble on something, for instance, and I say over here you have 3 chances, or sorry, let's see here, 70 chances out of 100 in this hand, right? Or you have 1 chance or less out of 100 tries in this one. Which one are you going to focus more on? Right? You're going to look at the 70 out of 100. Right? Because 70 people, or 70 out of 100 here, right? Statistics are and probabilities are very important. Humans, we make similar decisions in times of certain crises or certain I lost the word, guys. I'm sorry. Can't think today. Certain crises or certain it's right there, guys. Sorry. I'll just say catastrophes. Sorry, I hate it when that happens. A stranger could not get in a locked house. Well, no, they can't. I mean, they said stressful situations. Yeah, but that's not what I wanted. That's not the word I wanted. But limes screws your brain, people. When law enforcement were in the backyard. Yes, law enforcement was in the backyard. Yes. All right.
Situations where you go, okay, then what's the value proposition of coming out as the case agent in the sheriff's department and saying, you know what, let's just tell the public he's not a primary focus. Either way, you win from a law enforcement perspective. Because what you're doing is you may
TBI, I agree with Chris. TBI
be freeing up resources.
Though, in my opinion, you are freeing up resources, and I believe they should clear Seth. They should. Right? But I don't think they will.
To do other things. Okay. So to answer your question, I know that was a long answer to get to the thought process. If there is proof that he was at the jail Yes, cut him loose at this point. Cut him loose and let him search for his son.
Yes, if he was at the jail, cut him loose and let him search for a son. That's exactly right. I agree with that. Someone just said Mr. Foot was in big trouble with CPS, and Sebastian may have been going to drop CPS bombshell at custody hearing, allegedly, in my opinion. I think that, it depends on what, Nina's argument was and what the lawyer was arguing. And it is possible that they could be very, very afraid of what Sebastian was going to say, right? And in my opinion, I think that is a big possibility, because I think in December, when all of that took place, and January, allegedly there was some back and forth between the feet. And I think Mr. Foot said, I want my daughter. I can't have these cases on me like this. They're going to argue that, look at this, look at that. And Sebastian might, tell them what he's allegedly been through there, right?
And now then you have to ask the second side. Okay.
Listen to this.
And the second side is, well, who was the last person to see the boy?
Who was the last person to see the boy? And I've saw people say, well, people say Katie was the last person to see the boy. But if it was a stranger, they were the last person to see the boy. That's not the way it works. That's not the way it works. Who was the last people to see the child when nothing was going wrong? Right? Because they can tell you what the person was like, what the atmosphere and the condition of the home is, and just statistically, overwhelmingly, the last person to see someone that we have not seen physically in almost 7 months is the one statistically that stands out.
Who was the last person with Sebastian? And who?
I need to thank some folks here. Just Cat, thank you so much. Hi, everyone. No Sebastian, no peace. Amen to that. Thank you, Just Cat, for 1 month of support. Really appreciate you. War Eagle, appreciate you, Justin. I appreciate you, War Eagle. Thank you for your support. Can't do it without you, my friend. Thank you so much. Justin, remember Katie told social worker a lie when she said Seth wasn't in Sebastian's life. That is a huge red flag. The worker should have checked her that, because we know Katie lied about that. Yeah, why wouldn't you? It suggests, why do you not want someone to know something? right? In a case, in a case like this, what would be the only reason someone would not tell that allegedly the bio father was in his life? Yep. You don't tell someone because you don't want them to know of some sort of information about what is going on. Right? And if you don't want them to know what was going on, that suggests something was fishy, in my opinion. Afraid of truth coming out, tugs on heartstrings. Yep. Right, DC? Right.
Had means similar to Seth, okay, to get him out of that house. And that's why I've always thought the light situation, and I said this on Court TV recently with Vinny. I said, the reason they haven't pulled the father out of the circle yet is because of the lights in the back of the house. And for some reason, it would have to be this mass conspiracy from the biological dad, to get him and now stash him somewhere in another state. And because, obviously the child is, we're almost into 7 months here. And he's MIA. So yes, I would eliminate, at least publicly, I would come out and say, look, at this point, we have no evidence that the biological father is involved in this thing.
Yeah. And, to the medication aspect of it, I don't know what kind of medication Sebastian was on. I don't know if it was a common one or not. It'd be really hard to get that medication under false pretenses, if somebody tried to fill his prescription and the pharmacy that has the prescription, you would have to contact the pharmacy to get that prescription moved to another. So they would have to, file or email the file over or whatever, however they do that. And law enforcement, I would think, and correct me if I'm wrong, would probably try and track something like that if they could. They would go check the pharmacy. Has anybody requested this medication to be moved anywhere? And if it had been moved, then they would go check out that situation. But getting the medication under a false, name or something like that would probably be pretty difficult to pull off.
Yeah, it would be very difficult to pull off because, obviously, you could do it. Anything's possible. But then again, you go to this, okay, why would somebody kidnap the boy out of the house, know that he's on medication, or at least at some point come to this realization that this child needs medication. Okay. And then say, okay, I've got the child. You know what? I'm just going to keep him on his meds. Okay. I've gone through all of this work to evade capture.
Yes.
Right. My risk level, I've lowered it to the point where nobody found me yet. And I have this boy. Now I'm going to go get his medication and I'm going to maintain it.
All right. Now I want to show you the other part where he talks about this.
They're retired, but to
just world. And kind of the time, I have 2 cases right now, 16. One case, we've helped agencies, presidential appointment. We're still doing that around the country. And this is interesting stuff, but it's a team effort. Let's see here.
Here we go.
You see,
for the record, you stated that.
Okay, this is where he addresses it again. Wink at me. Thank you, my love. You love me. You really, really love me, Justin. The truth will set you free. Sometimes it will send you to prison. FBI, open up! Mother chicken. Isn't that the truth? Isn't that the truth? And it is about finding truth for what happened, right? If you are continually biased over multiple layers of what Chris says does not look right, right? What is it? Does not, it was, yeah. What does he say? DNLR does not look right. But you say, oh, well, this could have happened, right? But you have things over here that we know happened. DLR. Okay. We know these things have happened. They have stated them, what was going on the night of Sebastian's disappearance. Doesn't look right. What happened after Sebastian's disappearance does not look right. And then weeks and months prior to Sebastian going missing. But in Seth's case, right, he was at work, showed you time cards. His employer, co-workers love the man, right? So he could have done this, he could have done that. Well, okay, well, show me something. Show me something. Give me something to work with. If that is what you think, show me something, right? You can say, oh, well, he did this, 14 years ago. Show me something on the night of the 25th or the 26th. Show me something. Okay.
There may have been outside.
So thank you so much for that, my dear. Really appreciate it. Wink at me. Debbie. Thank you, love. You're so sweet. Thank you. I wonder what stores KP took Sebastian and niece shopping. I wonder if they had video footage of them shopping or any store that may have stopped at. You bet you they check that and check that very quickly. Now, what the question is why were they asking for footage of not only Sunday, but also Saturday? right? Why? And it's one of those questions when you ask Mr. Foote, he says, that's one of those things I can't talk about because law enforcement has dictated me not to. Right? He's a dictator because he's a dick and he looks like a tater. Right? HIPAA.
Help
Thank you for
involved
that,
if the
Debbie.
father was involved in a heated custody battle. Did you mean to say the stepfather? He did not mean to say the stepfather. He was saying that he was going over a scenario.
No, the pharmacy thing would be it's not even for me, it's not even, I mean, I'm sure that they've checked all of that, but it's local pharmacy, national pharmacy. It doesn't matter. They all get them from the same place.
Of what possibly investigators could have been thinking, or it was just
He could also be in Mexico, though. There's nothing to suggest that he is any certain place. Statistically, he should be around that house. Statistically speaking. Now, if you think about it, in a 5-mile radius, they walked 12,000 miles combined in a 5-mile radius. Fixed wing aircrafts, helicopters, uh, drones. These cameras are amazing. No, I wasn't speaking to you, Elisa. Sorry, I don't know what you. Someone said he could be in Mexico. That's probably the last place I would think he would be, personally. But yeah, you can buy medicine from Mexico. I years ago, probably in 2007, I bought. Oh, sorry, I just got a pain. I bought some dog wormer uh from it was like a big bottle from India. I guess it was shipped from India. It was from this pharmacy website, and I got a letter from uh Department of Homeland Security stating that they took it and that to don't order any medications or anything like that that could be prescription of any sort. So if you order that stuff, even for dogs, most of the time they'll take it now. So yeah, you can buy in Mexico. Like if you're in Mexico, you can get pretty much anything you want. But if you're in America still and you order that kind of stuff, most of the time they'll take it. I gotta, because I've never been in trouble in my life, right? Like I would, but yeah, bust to Justin. I would cry like a baby if like I got in trouble. uh, I've never, but I got a letter from Homeland Security, and I'm like, what did I do? What did I do? What did I do? And that stuff takes forever to come, anyways, right? Yeah, order in the judge room. Where's my button?
Order in the judge room.
Yes, that. And I was like, what did I do? What did I do? And I got this, and it says, we took this package of, and it said like the brand or whatever like that. Yes. Medication is about, I think it's 60 to 70% cheaper in most other countries.
It's a scenario. He's not saying that that's what happened.
America.
Am I wrong there, Chris?
Yeah, I mean, we don't know what the facts are yet, right? In totality. I mean, and there's no sense in trying to get.
I mean, that was like 2006 or 2007. I can't even imagine what it's like now if someone tried to order something like that.
But I'm just leaning on if either or both of them, the stepdad or the biological father, have been eliminated, meaning they're not around, all this other stuff, and you can show that they're not there when he walks out the door or whatever the evidence, wherever the evidence is going to take you, then and a law enforcement agent.
Well, over 90% of our antibiotics that you and I take, whether it's in pill form or it's in liquid IVs or anything like that, hospital form, comes from China or India. Over 90%. American pharmaceutical companies rarely, it's not profitable for them, and that's the only thing they give a damn about. So China or India makes literally 90% of our antibiotics. I don't like that. Personally, I don't like that. I don't want them to be, responsible of making that. I just don't like that. We can make
agency needs to move that along with the public's perception. Okay, because you just can't stick it into a box here, because you can always say at this point we don't have evidence indicating this, that, or that, whatever. Okay, but you don't come in and you can't tell the public, well, there's no foul play, no evidence of foul play. Well, then why are you?
Yeah, that's China, isn't it? I'm sorry, I'm going to get in trouble. I can't say it. Never mind. I can't say it. Fuck, I want to say it though.
Investigating it.
I can't.
You see, that's the perception.
Allegedly give us the C and also sell us the mask. Boy, that's called marketing.
That the public picks up on. And then they start throwing stuff at the investigators. And that's where you get into this round robin of leads coming in that are just irrelevant. Okay. And all this other stuff. Okay. And so the agencies sometimes get stuck by not letting information out. And it's not necessarily going to hurt the investigation. They're always worried about, holding it so close to the vest that, they don't want to take a chance. And a lot of times the BAU will tell you, no, put this out there. Let the public think through this.
Mm-hmm.
Public think through this.
Let's do a Cali Dine.
You hear what he just said? Sometimes they say, don't put this out there. Let the public think through this. Let the public think through this. There was something else. I listened to something, and I'm going to play it this evening, and I forgot Mr. Foote said this. because it wasn't in an interview. It's in another form of audio. Him saying it. We're going to go over that this evening as well. I've got a good live this evening planned as well. Also, a relative found sort of may have a prescription for the same meds that don't use them. So that is true. That can be, but I can assure you that they are watching everyone, right, in those families. Debbie, thank you, my dear. Morky, bite marks on CP, blood everywhere. Sebastian, blood NCPs on Morkies. They got rid of them because evidence on the dogs. I don't know if they got rid of the dogs, to be honest with you. Yes, we're going to replay it. We're going to replay it. I have not seen it yet, actually. Haven't seen it yet. So I will be watching it the first time with you guys. Also this evening, I'm going to see if I can get this guest on this evening. Someone who wrote a book on distractions. Okay. Literally wrote the book on distractions. Specifically, so we're gonna see. I'll be live probably about 6 tonight, about 6 o'clock. If not, hopefully I can get her on another day. We're still going to talk about it this evening as well. They still have the Morkies. Okay. Good. So they have 3 dogs now. 3 dogs. I know allegedly Mr. Foot said, from what others have stated, that he would always allegedly say, "I'm tired of the house smelling like piss." Did you like, I guess the dogs peeing? Did you see it in the chat where Nick said they're distant relatives of CPs they believe is involved? Justin, were you in that chat? If it was last night, no. I was in chat, but I was also half asleep and was asleep as well. Where is this? Okay, give me 1 second. I'm trying to get this. Does anyone have the Dog the Bounty Hunter link? Maybe I see you send it to me. 1 second. Okay. Where's the link to Dog the Bounty Hunter? Can someone send that to me? Let me find it here. Let me look. Does anyone have that link of BHB played it? By the way, there's something going on. Name ICU2 without a profile picture, and it's not me. Yes. I have an ICU 2.0 account with my profile picture. Yes. Just an FYI. Was it with, who was it with? I'll pull it up. I've got so much stuff to talk about. It's, was it Court TV? Court TV. Okay. I got it. Videos. I think it might be on Facebook. Might have been live. Was it a live? If anyone's got it, please text it to me, 307-228-4906. Rogers. 1 second. Let's see here. Let me see if it's on the Court TV website. Sebastian Rogers. Yep, here it is. Got it. Found it. Credit goes to Court TV. Found the full thing. Mother chicken, mother chicken. Oh, I got it. It's okay. Thank you. All right. Credit goes to Court TV.
Grant. This morning, we are shining the spotlight on the search for missing teen Sebastian Rogers. In just a moment, we're going to be talking to Dog the Bounty Hunter, who is helping in Sebastian's search. He's helping Sebastian's father, Seth Rogers, look for his missing son. And a little later in the show, I'm going to be speaking with Seth Rogers, who has not given up on finding his son.
He needs to call 911. And if somebody has him, you need to give him back. He's my son, and he doesn't belong to nobody, but damn it, he's mine.
Now, the teen with autism has been missing since February from the Hendersonville, Tennessee home that he shared with his mother and with his stepfather. I want to welcome in now our very special guest, Dwayne Chapman, a.k.a. Dog the Bounty Hunter, and he's also accompanied by his attorney, Bruce Castor. Good morning to you both. Dog, I want to begin with you, please. When you think about, all of the things that could have happened with Sebastian, I want to ask you, based on all of the facts and information that you know, what is your theory, the theory of the case that you have, and what is helping you and aiding in your pursuit of him?
Well, two questions. The theory is, my theory, the only theory that I have is he's missing. Whether he's still alive or not.
I mean, honestly, Dispatch, this is the thing. It's people just don't need to slander each other. That's the thing.
That's not, I thought in the beginning that he might be alive, and the more tips we have, the more people, the more things we're figuring out, he might not be alive. So, it's not my theory of how I find people. Sometimes it's completely different than what I think. And the way we find him and help is someone, we know there's two people that were involved in his disappearance, but someone else has to know. And $100,000 reward that's been put up is, $1/10,000,000. That's a lot of money. So we're waiting on we have 833 Tell Dog. My partner, Nick the Hat, has got his number out there. We're waiting for someone to call in on the tip line and give us a real live tip.
Doug, would you give us an update, please, on any good information that's come in so far? Has anything you've received in the way of tips been at all viable?
Well, my lawyer's giving me stink eye. I better watch my mouth because, allegedly, that's the word. Allegedly.
Sure.
Allegedly, it was people need to read the facts. How'd the boy get out the back? How come no one did anything? Why was the stepfather threatening people that were out looking for the boy? Volunteers were out there and he was threatening them. Is there a family tie between either side of the family, between sexual perversion really bad? I mean, there's a lot of things that the public can look at before, it goes to a jury.
I'll be honest with you. I think the people start with, for Chris and Seth, about saying that Seth was a P word, and they're saying that so was allegedly Chris as well. No, to either one of those. That's ridiculous. And everyone knows that's ridiculous. There's nothing there on that. So that's a really serious thing to say about someone.
And all roads lead to Rome.
Doug, tell us about the roads that you've been walking along in your search. Would you kind of bring us into your world? What have you been doing on the ground there? Tell us a little bit about how your searching process goes, if you would, please.
Well, we don't have a crystal ball. I'm follow the words of Jesus. So, I can't look and say, Jesus, where is he? So the only roads to Rome are people that call in and leave tips. Someone else knows what happened. Absolutely. In a 10-year career, I've captured, or a 48-year career, I've captured more than 10,000 fugitives. And this is not my first rodeo looking for a lost child. We've been 100% successful in that. And the reason why is people need to call in and to tell us what's going on. We've got leads. A lot of leads are credible, and some leads are, Dog, when are you going to get a show? We love you, Dog. We love Francie. We love that. We love you too, but stay off the line. We need credible leads.
Absolutely. Well, you are beloved, Doug. I know you don't need me to tell you that. And
Thank you.
Believe me, everybody has the world of confidence in you. When we found out that you were joining the search, I was asking my power panel on the show, who are you going to bet on finding Sebastian, Doug or the FBI? And everybody's saying you. Everybody wants to take that bet with you.
Hold on, what was that? Hey, Justin, I was just wondering, is there not a friendly friend in the neighborhood? Like an RSO? Is that what you mean, Tina? Not in that neighborhood.
And
no.
so tell us, does that put any pressure on you? Tell me, does it fuel your fire? What do you think when you hear so much confidence from the public in you and in the work that you do?
Well, that incites me. I get all excited because I am the greatest bounty hunter in the world. No one can ever catch over 10,000 fugitives. No one. FBI works Monday through Friday. The marshals are the only ones come close, and they got to have 12. I'm sorry, marshals, but they're the more it just gets us excited, gets us crazy. And I have a team. My Francie helps me. Many people help me. Nick the Hat, my team, and then I have one of the greatest lawyers in the world for this particular subject. I mean, this guy is like, it's just incredible. So anywhere you go, you must have a good lawyer in this business. So please, let's pass this on to him.
Isn't that the truth? Well, and
please do not mention any creators in here or anyone that is not that is outside of this case. The feet, just nothing, no creator or whatever they are, Twitter or anything like that, please. Just please, we try to, say only good things. Even, if we don't care for them, we don't have to mention them.
Bruce, I'm not just saying this. I said to Doug when we were doing his mic check right before the show, what a fine lawyer he has in you. So I know legally he's in great hands. Bruce, anything that you would like to add? I know you're here primarily to accompany Doug with this appearance. Is there anything that you think that's important to note with respect to the search and Doug's involvement in leading the charge to help Seth Rogers find Sebastian?
Well, as a more than 3-decade law enforcement official myself in Pennsylvania, a former district attorney and former attorney general, I know what the local authorities must be feeling and the frustration they must.
Blossom, there's a lot of there's a lot of neighbors. All the neighbors speak pretty much in that area, and everyone that I've spoke to find it very strange and want answers.
And I know from my own experience that sometimes you need to rely on people like dog experts that are willing to give their time and energy to come and assist law enforcement in doing their job. And, I'm stunned when I learned about the facts of this case that, the young boy has left the home of his mother and his stepfather, and they don't seem to be particularly broken up about that. I'm sure that is sticking in the minds of a lot of people and want to know what the answer to that is. I also was struck by the fact that the people doing the search, Dog, Nick the Hat, and some of the other people are facing death threats and
is this Dog's attorney?
Other problems against their safety. And these are things that just can't happen. I mean, we need to encourage people when they put up money for reward to try to get people to call in. That's not any kind of impropriety. That's good citizenship. That's what we want to.
I mean, they're definitely not. I mean, whether you what you think about this, these are Dog's attorneys, and he's got virtually just unlimited resources, right? So that's
encourage
something.
And people who do things to deter that are, in my judgment, not being good Americans. And we have very fine people, Dog and Nick and the whole crew are doing a tremendous job. And
well, this wasn't the guy that was on Mr. and Mrs. E.
From where I sit, if it gets any worse, I'm going to recommend that they take legal action, because this is totally unreasonable. And law enforcement.
Now, they have not taken legal action yet. A cease and desist is not legal action, right? That is a more or less a warning. Keep it up, and we're going to do A, B, C, D, right? So got to be careful.
And the community working together will solve this crime.
Right. Oh, amen. Bruce, I am with you 100%. When you said death threats, right away my jaw dropped. That is criminal to do that, as you know. I, like yourself, served in the great Commonwealth of Pennsylvania as a prosecutor, and anybody making those kind of threats should be held accountable legally. You are right. And the threats don't solve the problem, do they? All they do is take everybody a step back, the good people who are searching for this young boy. With respect to Sebastian, Doug, I want to ask you, realistically, how confident are you in being able to bring Sebastian home?
Oh, absolutely. A federal injunction can. Of course it can. It absolutely can. It's just not hard to say, in my opinion, or allegedly, and it's not hard. It shouldn't be hard to state your opinion decently, right? And still get your point across. You don't have to, there's just a lot of vile. It is serious business now, reality. It is serious business now.
Well, again, in the very beginning, I thought he might still be with us. It seems like, Sebastian has to have medication for sleep and other things, okay? And we have checked everywhere if those prescriptions have been renewed. And so far, they have not. So, again, everything is up in the air. You hope, I lost a little girl, Barbara Katie, and I, hope that she wasn't gone, and she was. So I don't, it is, who knows? We all pray to God that he's, somewhere safe and we'll find him. But when someone gets on whatever it is, TV, internet, and everything, and says, I guarantee you, dog will never, never find Sebastian. So many series on A&E, CMT, WGN, my show. We never missed one guy. A couple have gotten away because they died. So never have we ever missed. And for someone to come on and say, dog will never, ever find him. Yeah, why? You're guilty. Why? Because you did something to him. Why? You again, allegedly is soon to come with the jury.
Well, Titch, I believe you're right. I believe now it's more about disliking either Seth or the Proudfoots more than it is about speaking truth, right? Overlooking, excusing the things that we know, the things that have came from their mouths. Bella, thank you, my dear. Thank you, appreciate you. Love you too, my love. Thank you so very much.
Of their peers, a conviction. And so I'm maybe more after that than I am anything else. We've got to find out who was involved in Sebastian's disappearance.
Preach, Doug, preach. And we are so sorry for the loss of your beautiful daughter, Barbara Katie. That is a pain that I think is unimaginable unless you've gone through it. And you certainly understand that enormous pain that comes with burying a child. And so our hearts go out to you for that and continuing with your resilience in life and in your profession. And speaking of parenting, we're going to be welcoming in Sebastian's father, Seth Rogers, in just a couple of moments. Dog is going to...
Statistically, logically, what we know, right? Haven't left the house. Haven't left the house. Nope.
Going to stay with us. Seth is going to be joining us. We're going to hit that break and be right back. And later in the show, we're going to take you to Mississippi, where the state's rebuttal case begins in the deadly daughter murder trial.
Particles of gunshot residue were positively identified on the right hand. The label is coming from Carly Greggs, and the left hand labeled is coming from Carly Greggs.
Tonight on Court TV. These are the big cases that everyone is talking about.
A lot of new developments taking place.
Shocking. I know who killed John Bonet.
To say the least.
You cannot make this stuff
up. It's unreal. The scene of the double murders is behind us right here. Things are happening. The investigation is continuing.
Closing Arguments with Vinny Politan, tonight at 8, 7 Central, only on Court TV.
He decided that he wanted to step into a mound of what he thought was dirt, and it was fire ants. And since then, it's always been, he doesn't like to get his feet in the dirt. He likes to have his socks and shoes on.
Welcome back to Opening Statements. I'm Julie Grant. We're talking about what, if anything, can tip the scales of justice when it comes to finding missing teen Sebastian Rogers. Will somebody come forward with some new information? Will Dog the bounty hunter and his crew find some important clues? Still with me, Dwayne Chapman, a.k.a. Dog the Bounty Hunter. Want to welcome in also Seth Rogers' attorney, Tony Mathis, and we're working on getting Seth Rogers reconnected. Full disclosure, my friends, this is the world of live TV. We had Seth with us a moment ago and his signal dropped out, so we're going to be welcoming Seth in as soon as we can. Dog, let's kind of pick up where we left off in the last segment. You and your attorney, Bruce Castor, were sharing how with the tip line, there are also some death threats that are coming in. And so we wanted to kind of clarify that, please. Are they coming in on the tip line, or are these death threats coming in other forms?
Really, I don't know.
Think of all of the threats that have came in since the beginning. I mean, search groups done because of the threats, the harassment, for finding a child, for searching for a child. Why would someone get threats? Unimaginable. Fired upon while looking. Oh my God. Here's the thing. None of us want to believe CPKP or Seth did anything, Sebastian, but the facts are facts and statistics are statistics. Of course, Seth has nothing to do with this. Nothing. He has nothing to do. Nothing. Not even an iota of proof, evidence, or even suggestion of that he could be involved.
I mean, that's one thing. My whole career, people have threatened to kill and destroy and this, and I'm a this and I'm a that. So I really don't pay any attention to that unless they're within 100 yards. And then my wife Francie she's a dead shot. So really, we don't care. Everywhere she goes, she packs a real gun everywhere. We're in Florida. We go to different states. That's a pistol packing mama. So and there's more than 9 shots in her gun. So we don't worry about that, because God, I'm on a mission from God. And if someone takes me out, then the next breath I have will be in the arms of Jesus. So come on with it,
You're unafraid. I love it. Unafraid and such a man of faith. That's really admirable, Dog. Tony Mathis, let me talk to you, please.
That's the thing, right? That's the thing, Lauren. That's the thing that I don't understand, right? You may not like some of the things Seth has said or whatever, but he didn't do it. And why are people wasting all of their time on someone that you may not agree with something that he said or whatever, but he's innocent. So why can't someone support an innocent father? Right? like put that energy toward looking who could have did this.
As we're working to get your client, Seth Rogers, Sebastian's father, all ready to join us, what do you think is important for everyone to know at this point in the search for Sebastian, Tony?
Julie, first off, let me correct you. I am his spokesperson. I'm certainly not an attorney.
Oh, well, we got some wrong information. I'm sorry. Thank you for that correction.
Dog, I hope you're doing okay today, brother.
Yes, sir, brother. Yeehaw.
We think that what's important right now is we're finally starting to get an enormous amount of horsepower in this case. When Dog and Nick came in, they came in with a team of social media people, a team of investigators, a team of a legal team, and the case literally went nationwide overnight. So we're kind of getting reorganized, we're getting refocused. We're trying to get the people that want to be involved in this case refocused, where we've got one goal and one mission. And the truth is, you know, everybody involved in the search, we don't all have to like each other or get along, but as long as we've got a common goal, then I think with Dog leading the charge, we can win here.
Finding Sebastian.
Yeah, trust me. Why would he want Dog's help? Why would he be begging for the FBI? Why would he be searching? Well, you know, why would he? You know, it's
exactly.
Why would he show his time card?
Tony, and we have Seth.
May I interrupt real quick?
Go ahead, Dog.
May I interrupt? So, brother, let's get down to the real nitty gritty and let's don't do the blame game. But who do you guys think was responsible for Sebastian's disappearance? Everybody was blaming it on his father in the beginning. Everybody thought he wasn't at work. He wasn't a real sheriff. Blah, and all that now has been proven. So what would you guys say without getting, sued? My lawyer will take care of you. I don't think that's a conflict.
My lawyer take care of you. I don't think that everyone thought Seth did it at all in the beginning. Personally, I think actually it's starting to shift back. The pendulum's swinging that people know he's innocent, but in the beginning it was the feet. Then it kind of went toward, oh well, Seth said this, Seth said that, blah 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 blah, which had nothing to do with the night of the 25th or the 26th. He said something 15 years ago, and now it's swinging back again to where people are looking more toward the not Seth. People are not looking at Seth now. He showed us time cards, all of that. So, and there are people out there that seem to not be able to let that go. Right? They just can't let that go. So,
conflict of interest, but
and we have just a couple seconds left. Just cautioning you. Yeah, quickly, Tony.
Okay.
We're not going to make a statement on that.
Okay, and I think we have Seth's audio. I'm being told we don't have a video signal, but Seth, if you're there, we have a couple of seconds. Where is your head this morning, Seth?
Just trying to mull over all the intelligence that has come in to try to find out if any of it's going to lead me to my son.
Right. Are you hopeful this morning, Seth?
I'm hopeful every morning.
That's the way to be.
I'm hopeful every night.
Anything you want to say to everyone who's searching and wants to find Sebastian and bring him home?
I appreciate everybody that's goal-oriented in finding my son. Sebastian is the only goal. Finding him is the only thing that matters
That's right.
to me.
We are out of time. Thank you all. Let's bring Sebastian home.
All right. I haven't seen that case. So there we have it, y'all. Some are backstroking what they have said on channels. I believe, Justin, we will be on the right. I know we will, Maxine. We are on the right side of history. We are on the right side of history on this. There's no ifs, ands, or buts in this. Yeah, none. There's just nothing to suggest otherwise. A feeling, a possibility that is, a possibility without any sort of evidence whatsoever to suggest the possibility even is just filling in words. It's just talk. She can't tag everyone, y'all. She's on her phone. I know that feeling. I saw one. Thank you, Maxine. All right, guys. I'm going to jump off of here. I love you all. Appreciate you. I will be back later this evening, about 6 or 6:30. So make sure you join me this evening because that's when a real show kicks off. Isn't it hard when you know more than you want to say? It is. Yes. Yeah. Certainly is, my dear. All right, guys. Thank you so much. Really do appreciate you. I've got to get some of my work done, and I'll see you guys this evening. We got a good show this evening. So I'll see you guys about 6:30 Eastern. Love you guys. Bye-bye.